All right, fam. Now listen. Today we're gonna do what I like the most. All right. Now I'm gonna let you in a little secret. I hate making beats, boy. I hate it. But now I'm about to show you how to mix your tracks. All right. I'm very excited about this. As you can see, I even removed my piano shit. You know what I'm saying? Cause like everything that we do. Okay, fuck. You know what I mean? But okay. What we're gonna do today is I'm gonna show you how to mix your track. Like I'm gonna show you the rough mixing. I'm not gonna go in deep diving on this. And I'm gonna show you how to if Suisha like Pitako now you want to make it a song thing, you want to have an intro and all of that, and recording vocals on FO Studio. So let's dive in and do that right now.
Organic baby.
Okay, now you remember the beat that we made, right? Okay, now let's say I want to put my vocals in. Now I want to make it to a song, so I want to intro in a way. I'm gonna highlight these parts. I want to only use the melody as my intro, so I'm gonna highlight these parts. So that's Control, click and drag, and then press Shift while you're holding down Control, and then select the other parts that you want to select. So you leave only this. I'm going to remove it 4 bars. So I'm going to leave the 4 bars as an intro. So this is going to be my intro. Oh, I got the metronome on. Okay, no, I want to change of plans. I want to make it an 8-bar intro. Now, let's say I want to record a vocal. Now, I want to put in a vocal. All right? So, if you do not have a sound card like I don't, all right, there are 2 options you can use. You can, two devices, sound cards that they just come with the Fruity Loops most of the time. You use the onboard, which is Ashio All. This is the best one to use, or you use FO Studio Ashio, all right? That way it would allow you to select the mic, and it would allow you to record. And then when you want to record, I usually select the first inset, all right? You open the mixer. You know how to open the mixer, right? This button right here. You open the mixer and then come to inset 1. I'm going to use that to record our vocals, all right? Now, when we selected that, you come on to this side, on the effects side, and then up here on none, you click the down arrow. You just open that, and usually since I'm using the FL Studio on 1 and 2, I can use 1 or 2. That means if I use 1, it's going to be a full mono, alright? But if I come up here and use 1 and 2, it's going to choose whether to use the left or the right. So if you have a stereo mic, that's the part to use. But usually I have a mono mic, right, for vocals. So you just select just the input that you have put it on. Usually for most of us, which we don't have sound cards, you're going to use 1. Because microphonium is straight to, computer. Alright, now let's put in the vocals. Now to put in the vocals, here's what you're gonna do. Hold on a second. Yeah, I don't like you see. I think you probably can hear my voice bouncing back, right? Like I don't like hearing myself. So most of the time when you select the part where you're gonna record your vocal, since it's on the channels here, all the channels go to the master, right? So if you don't want to hear yourself play back, you can just lower this. You see? On, you can hear myself. I can hear myself now. This is weird. And then off. I cannot hear myself. This is how I like it. I don't want to hear myself as I record because it's tedious. It's distracting. All right? Okay, cool. Now, when you want to record, make sure that all the time, make sure you selected where you're recording. So we selected inset 1 where we are recording, and then we come up here. When you click here, you have 2 options. You can either record straight into Edison if you want to edit your vocals on Edison before you put it on the playlist, or you can record straight to the playlist. I prefer that. I prefer straight to the A-list. If you record on Edison, when you click here, it's going to open Edison. It's going to open Edison, and you can play back the vocal. Wait. Well, I don't know, but you can play back the vocal and edit it here if you want to chop it up and all of that. but I don't like to use that. I don't like using Edison. Let's remove it, replace, none. And so come up here and then into playlist there's an audio clip. That way it's gonna record straight into the playlist. It's gonna record straight into the playlist here. Okay. So now let's do that. Let's open the mixer, make sure we selected in set one, and then come up here and press record. And then we're gonna record our vocals. I cannot do that because it's so many like we mic like these people not supposed to hear. Everybody's supposed to sit better. Okay. So, what was that gonna say? You wanna free? I've put my vocals in, and I throw in my tag, of course, just for the fuck of it. Now let's listen. This is what we came up with.
Organic baby.
Hey, I don't know what to say. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait. Yeah. You wanna talk? Yeah. I speak the Mandarin. I'm there to lead. Yeah. I got the medicine. You wanna breathe? I got the medicine. I got the medicine. I got the medicine. Ooh.
Okay, now we're about to mix our track. But before we do that, I need to explain to you what mixing is. Now, I'm going to read this first and then explain it to you. As mixing is to combine or put together to form one substance or mass, all right? Now, in audio mixing is the process by which multiple sounds are combined into one or more channels. In the process, a source's volume level, frequency content, dynamics, and panoramic position are manipulated or enhanced. Now, in short, so that means when we're mixing, my G, I don't want you to have this thing of you can take a horrible song and make it better. No, not even by negative 0.051%. No. A horrible song is horrible, is trash. It's just horrible, all right? So mixing is simply just taking the idea, enhance it. That's it. Just taking the idea, first of all, balance the volume. It's just to put a balance on everything else. Like make sure that everything on that song is heard. And then just enhance the idea. That's what mixing is, all right? So now let's get into it. With that being said, let's do it. Now, in order for you to send all of these sounds into the mixer, you see right now there's nothing on the mixer, only the recording channel. All right. Now, in order to send all of this to the channel, this is what we can do. You can select this by two ways. If you haven't sent anything to the mix, you can just double click. You can just click left click and then it selects everything else. All right. Everything. It selects everything and then you come to the mixer. Or if you want to select a couple of them, you can right click on where you want to select. Let's just say this is already on 2, 3, and 4, right? As you can see here. And then I only want to select the ones that have dot. I don't know what these are, but this means they're on the master. They all play in one channel, which is the master. All right. And this is the master channel, by the way. This right here. You can click in the middle to close it. Click to see it. This is the master channel. So let's just say I want to select the ones that are in the master channel. I can right click on them now. Just select the ones I want, all right? But in this instance, I want to select all, so I'll just click on that, and then I come to the mixer. Now, remember here, this is where we record our vocal, right? So we start from the second channel. Right-click on the second channel, come to channel routing. Now, route selected channel starting from this track. This means, it's self-explanatory. You're going to see, you see? Now, it has put everything from the selected channel, all the sounds from the selected channel to the end of it. And now when we play back, we have everything in the mixer. Okay, so now this is where we get to
Organic baby.
Hey, I don't know what to say. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait. Yeah. You wanna talk? Yeah. I speak the Mandarin.
This is like get to be, you know what I'm saying? All right, let's get to it. Now, first, okay, I want you to understand this. In mixing, I want you to make this your own habit. I'm not going to go in depth about these things, right? I'm just going to show you how to rough mix, just to balance things, just to make it somewhat radio ready, right? First, there's a static mix. Aesthetic mix means you're only dealing with the volumes, nothing else. You're not touching the plugins. You're only making sure that everything is heard, everything is in the place that you want it to be. You want to put, like, you're dealing with the volumes and penning, putting this to the left, putting this to the right, in the middle. The sounds that go in the middle, you want this to be lower, sound like it's in the back or in the front, all right? But we're going to get to the depth of mixing later. For now, it's just the rough mix. All right, let's get to it. Now, the first thing you need to know is you need to keep in mind, you're always trying the sound to hit -6. This is a -6 right here. You see, right here. So we always try to make sure the whole track just hits here. All right. Right now, I'm pretty sure.
Organic, baby.
Hey, I don't know what you say.
When we get to 0, that's like the maximum level. That's just the maximum level. You don't want that while you're mixing. You want your sounds to be here when you're mixing. And then 0 is when you send it to to the mastering studio, and then they put it to the maximum volume. So you're leaving them headroom. Okay, that's what we're gonna do right now. Static mixing. Make sure that our mix is gonna go here. All right. Let's do it. I like the levels of this. The levels here.
Organic, baby.
Hey, I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna rate. Yeah. You wanna talk? Yeah. I speak the Mandarin. I'm Dexter Lee. Yeah. I got the medicine. You wanna breathe? Shit. I got the medicine. I got the medicine. I got the medicine. Ooh.
Okay. Alright, now let me just select everything else so I can mix it properly. I can just select the part where it's the loudest, alright? So I'll loop that.
I got the medicine.
And remember, I'm only dealing with the volume. I'm just only setting the volume.
I got the medicine. I got the medicine. I got the medicine. Ooh.
And you want the parts that, let me just close this. And you want the parts, the sounds that you want to be the loudest. Those are the ones you're going to put to -6, like close to -6, right? Like the kick and your snare. But the snare is always louder than the kick, and then the bass is below the kick. That's how it goes. Those things are mostly in the middle, right? So it's the snare on top, the kick below it, and then the bass below that, all right? Of course, in the mixing stage, you're probably it's gonna sound very low, but we're gonna deal with that later on. When you put everything back up, it's gonna sound fresh, all right? I'm going to show you later on, because digital audio has what is called a sweet spot, right? Where before you even put your sound into a plugin, you have to lower your volume your volume has to be at a certain dB, all right? Besides using the faders. That's a little bit advanced. I'm going to show you that later. But what I usually do is, before I even do this thing, before I even try to do the static mix, I select everything I just select every channel here. But to select this, you press Control and Shift, and then you highlight everything you want to select. I select everything and just lower all of it. Just lower all of it. So it's like on -6. That's what I need to do, right? And then that way, I can now put everything where I want it to be. So if I think something is like a little bit louder, or a little bit more, I can raise the volume up, or I raise the volume up in post using plugins, right? Yep. like you're gonna feel this is too low, like it's gonna sound too low. So that's why when you have, you can just like raise your speakers up or your headphones up. If you don't have those things, you don't have a sound card where you can boost your levels up, then you're just gonna have to deal with it. This is how you're supposed to mix, anyways. And at all times, even the masters will tell you, when you're mixing, your volume has to be as low as possible. That way you hear everything at the lowest volume, so you hear if everything is heard. Does that make sense? Yeah. So you need to, so you can know if everything is heard, because when everything is loud, it just feels great already. It just feels like it's dope already, when it's not, just loud, nothing else. Okay, that's static mixing now. And now, whew, dude, I need to explain this to the camera. Yeah, never mind. Okay, let's see. Now the volume is somewhat, alright, now it's cool. So we're getting to the penning now, okay? I want this to be a little bit low, like a pad. Yeah, in order to solo something, if you want to listen to something by itself, you can right click on it, and then you would only solo that and right click to put everything back on. Alright. Hold on a second. This right here, this is penning. This is left to right. All right, this is penning. And now I want to put this a little bit to the right, just a little bit. Now the first thing, mostly people start to mix the kick, the drums, all right? I start with whatever yells out. Most of the time, whenever you listen to the music, it yells out something that, no, this is something you need to start with. But for the sake of it, let's start with the kick, all right? Now, okay, no. Before, I want you to put this in your mind. Whenever you're mixing, let's say now, let's put in an EQ. That's the first thing you always need to start with anyways. Whenever you're mixing anything that is not bassy, that does not have a bass, needs to move away from the bass space, all right? I'm not going to explain that right now, but just know that right here, this is where mostly the bass stays, right? As you can see here, if you look up here on this, let me open it up. When you look in this, it has, what is this, treble? What is the very high ends, and a little bit high ends in, and then high mids, and then the mids, which are, the vocals, snares a little bit here. These are the hi-hats and stuff, and a little bit of the vocals, like high ends, yeah, self-explanatory. And then the low mids, and then the bass, and then sub bass. So anything that doesn't have the sub bass and bass cannot be here. This is where the bass and sub bass is going to be, all right? So most of the time you just come up here. Let's say, let me do this on something. We'll do this on hi-hats, all right? Put the EQ. And you remember how to put a plugin on this, right? Several ways. You can either click down and look for the come to select and look for that plugin you're looking for, which is the EQ, and I hate this one. There you go, EQ2, or you just right click on it and then it opens the visual one and you go to the EQ. All right. Now let's open the EQ and right click, type. Now we're doing what is called a high pass, right? A high pass is just, it's going to open a curve. Right click and come to the type and say high pass. It's going to open a curve where it curves out where it just curves out the low frequency and gives a pass to the high frequency. That's why it's called a high pass, right? And then you can just shift this to where you feel it's right. Just make sure you remove it from the bass place, but don't take the sound out of it, all right? Don't strip it away like on hi-hat, because when you hear, now if you go all the way to the wait, where is this? You see now you actually squeezing the sound out of it now. But just make sure that there's no, there are no basses in it, because even though you may not hear that, it is then it's gonna, at the end of your mix, is gonna make it have a lot of rumble in it. All right. So anything, that's the first thing that I do before I even start thinking of anything besides to put compressors before that. No, I always start with the EQ. Everything that does not have bass, that does need bass, I remove it out of it. All right. So let's do that real quick. Oh, let's just say you have, since I've done this with the EQ, and I know that every other instrument in here are going to use the same settings. Let's just say you want to save time, right? You can just click down the arrow here on this EQ. You want to copy the same settings of this EQ, right? So click down the arrow here, and then you go to save in preset. You click and drag and put it to wherever you want to put this. Let's just say probably here on the cymbal, and then same thing. You see, it just voila, now you have copied the same settings of the EQ. And let's just say I want to name this subtractive EQ. Wait. So click the down arrow and it should be renamed here. Yeah. I make subtractive. Is this how you spell subtractive? Is it? I knew I spelled it wrong. There you go. B. Subtractive EQ. Alright. And now I want to enhance the bass in the subject. Now also, even on the bass itself, now we remove where the sub is supposed to be, right? The sub bass. And on every bass, like anything that's below 30 hertz, as you can see here, 30 hertz, anything below 30 hertz, everything that is there needs to be gone, because that's just, it is not a sound, it's a rumble. All right. Now let's do high pass and just a curve one below 30. Even though you may not hear this on most headphones, you're gonna feel it. Here, this is not a sound where you hear it, you feel it, right? Especially when you play the overall sound, it has a rumble in it. It's just muddy. It's bad. So first of all, of course, the kick doesn't need that. So we're gonna remove all these here. I wanna leave a space for the sub bass. Also, the snare does not need that much of bass, but it does need a little bit of it. Rename this Okay, subtractive EQ. Now, let's put on the vocals. Let's put on. Oh no, wait for not yet. And now I want to boost the sounds that like. First, no, before we even start boosting, I want to first subtract the sounds that I don't like. Now, you have to listen carefully on the track in order for you to make it sound amazing, right? To enhance the idea, you have to first subtract the frequencies that sound horrible, because when you boost the whole song, also those frequencies are going to be boosted, and then it's going to clash and it's going to be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And we do this by the EQ. See? Now, this is too big. Way too big for me. Not a mistake. I heard something on the snare that I don't like. And usually what I do is I take whatever knob, and then if you scroll, you can use these things here. What is this? These buttons here. Whatever, these knobs, to either make it narrow or wider. That way when you make it narrower, you target the specific frequency. Now on that specific frequency, you can turn that down or up, and you can make it a little bit wider to turn, like, to take the overall of that frequency. That's just all of it. Yeah, that's all. And then I'm gonna boost what I do like about it. All right. Now I'm gonna open the EQ again, and I like the little bit higher mids and on the snare. I mean, just right here. When it comes to compression, all right, you don't compress things for the sake of compressing. You need to study and understand every plugin, what does it do, before you use it, okay? And I'm not gonna touch on compression right now, because that's gonna be too much. We're just gonna do EQ for today. That's it. Boost a little bit on the kick. Okay, that's it. Now let's move into the vocals, just to show you a little bit in here now.
Organic baby. Organic baby.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait.
Now let me solo listen to this, and
I don't even know what.
I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna first take out the things that the frequencies I do not like about it. All right. Of course, we do the same thing because it's a vocal. It doesn't need that much of bass, so we're gonna come to type and high pass it. But be very careful. Be very careful with the vocal, because it does have a little bass in it, right? And you need that bass, but excuse me, you just don't want it to interfere with the sub frequencies. Excuse me, maybe around 100.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah.
But now this is not like rules. These are just the guidance of it. This is just the guidance on how to go about it. You can play with it and find the spot that you want, because some people like to be a little bit creative.
I don't even know what to say.
The vocals sound like this,
like I got a minute if I wanna wait.
That's your thing, my G. You want to sound unique, you know what I'm saying?
I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait.
And I want to remove some frequencies that I don't like. Most of the time, it depends on the room and your mic. Most of the time, I know in my room that the frequencies I don't like will be around 500 to 6.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait. You wanna talk? Yeah. I speak the Mandarin.
Around 500.
I'm Dr. Lee.
Yeah.
I got the medicine. Yeah. You wanna breathe? Shit.
Like
I got the medicine.
Muffy.
I got the medicine.
Yeah. Muffy a little bit. Whatever. Is that even a word? I don't know.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait. Yeah. You wanna talk? Yeah.
I don't like this as well. I'm gonna do just ahead.
I don't even know what to say.
All right. And now I want to boost the frequencies that I do like about it. I want.
I don't even know what to
a
say.
little bass. So what I usually do is, if I'm removing, let's say I'm removing these frequencies, right? I'll always boost where I left it. Just if it's here on the 94, I'm always gonna boost a little bit there just to give it a little bit more bass. I'm not saying you should
I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait. Yeah. You wanna talk?
You need to understand the mic and the room that you're in. Feel like when you're mixing, always use your ear. Just don't do the numbers. I'm not really a fan of numbers. Of you have to boost 19% of the 1.2 shit. No, nigga, no. If I know, all I need to know is that the mids, the high mids, the highs, the low ends, the sub bass and bass. I know where I will need to boost it. That's it. Alright, and I want them.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait. Yeah. You wanna talk? Yeah. I speak the Mandarin. Yeah. I'm Dr. Lee. Yeah. I got the medicine.
Okay, let's put that back.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait. Yeah. You wanna talk? Yeah. I speak the Mandarin. I'm Dr. Lee.
And now, I want to put the reverb. I want you to make this your habit as well. Whenever you put the reverb, don't put it right on the channel, on the vocal. What if you're doing vocals most of the time? Don't put the reverb on the exact channel, because unless that's what you're going for. But then that just strips away the originality of the vocal. You know, it just strips away the original signal. Okay. Usually, what I do is I send it. How you send it on Fruity Loops is if you click on that channel you want to use, and then I'll just come here and turn the knob a little bit. All right. I'm not a very big fan of the Fruity Loops. I usually mix with Studio One, as you know, but that's how I do it here if I have to, for the sake of this video. All right. And now I'm gonna put every plugin that I want to go on a vocal. I'm gonna put it here. All right. Let me just name this Voc Effect. All right. Voc Effects. All right. So I want to put a reverb on this, and you know how we look for it. So just right click to open a reverb, because I like it that way. Put all mother stewards, and here's a reverb. All right.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah.
Now this way I have control over it. All right. I have control on how much I want reverb, how much I want it to have effect. All right. Rather than if I put it, let me make you hear the difference.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait.
And then let me put the reverb here. I didn't touch anything. Right?
I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait. Yeah. You wanna talk? Yeah. I speak the Mandarin. I'm Dr. Lee. Yeah. I got the medicine. You wanna breathe? Shit. I got the medicine. I got the medicine. Yeah. I got the medicine.
Here I can actually control how much signal from the original signal I want to come to the effects channel.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait. Yeah. You wanna talk? Yeah.
And I always like my reverb to be subtle, to be very, very, very subtle. I'm not gonna go deep on the settings here that I usually do, but I like my reverb to be very subtle. I don't want, because the reverb is just the room. It's just to give you the feel of the room. It's not how people do now in the trap. Well, if that's your style, it's your style. If you want your vocals, you just drown in the reverb, my G. When you speak, it's like, that's your shit. Go on and do that. But I like my reverb to settle just the feel of the room, bro. If the music I'm making, if the mixing that I'm making is, I want you to feel like you in a car. I want you to feel like I was recording this in a hall or I was in the club. Then that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make sure that the reverb matches that. All right. It makes you feel like it's in that certain room. All right.
I don't even know what to say. Yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait. Yeah. You wanna talk? Yeah. I speak the Mandarin.
I said I'm good with that. And now I want to put auto-tune just to fine-tune the vocal. And this is the auto-tune I use. Auto-tune 8, because it's better. Because it's better. What I usually do first, to find the key, I put the auto-tune retune speed boop up. This is retune speed is just the pitch correction. You could call it that. It's just it corrects your pitch, right? And when you put it on 0, that's the T-Pain effect, where you just auto tuning from point A to point B. You're not even your own vocal. You just auto tune. We should call you auto tune straight up. You know what I mean? And I know that the key I sang in was E major. Don't ask me how, because I cannot explain this. I apologize. I'm sorry. I do not know how to explain this thing yet. I'll explain it to you when I know how to explain it. But now, and I'm a male, so I'm gonna say low male, and the correction around 50. This is so that the auto tune will know how to correct your vocal, if it's correcting for a female high end or a low voice for a male. All right, and then now let's listen and see if I got the key.
I don't even know what to say, yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait, yeah. You wanna talk, yeah. I speak the Mandarin. I'm Dr. Lee.
And then after that, I want you to hear my voice. I'm gonna humanize the vibration most of the time, so that it's gonna sound a little bit human. Then to Popeye, I hate that shit. And then I'm gonna lower the retune speed, so it only corrects me when I'm a little bit off key, right?
I don't even know what to say, yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait, yeah. You wanna talk, yeah. I speak the Mandarin. I'm Dr. Lee, yeah. I got the medicine, yeah. You wanna breathe, shit. I got the medicine. I got the medicine, yeah. I got the medicine.
Ooh, that's it. Yeah, that's it for now. That's just all. I'm gonna touch on mixing a little bit later, because this is a very, 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 very deep conversation, and I'm enthusiastic about it. Like whenever I get to mixing, my G. But that's all for now. You can play back our track now. It sounds a little bit ready, a little bit okay. You can play it to your friends and be like, hey, look at what I did, fam. You know, I'm dope now, fam. I didn't touch on compression and all of that, not yet. This is the only thing you need to know for now. Let's just play it back.
Organic baby.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say, yeah.
Okay, anyways, that's it. Now we can play back our song and just listen to it. Alright?
Organic baby.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say, yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait, yeah. You wanna talk, yeah. I speak the Mandarin. I'm Dr. Lee, yeah. I got the medicine, yeah. You wanna breathe, shit. I got the medicine. I got the medicine, yeah. I got the medicine. Ooh.
Yep, that's it for now. And until next time on the next episode of Dragon Ball. I'm kidding.
Organic baby.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say, yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait, yeah. You wanna talk, yeah. I speak the Mandarin. I'm Dr. Lee, yeah. I got the medicine, yeah. You wanna breathe, shit. I got the medicine. I got the medicine, yeah. I got the medicine. Ooh, shit.
Organic baby.
Yeah, I don't even know what to say, yeah. Like I got a minute if I wanna wait, yeah. You wanna talk, yeah. I speak the Mandarin. I'm Dr. Lee, yeah. I got the medicine, yeah. You wanna breathe, shit. I got the medicine. I got the medicine.
Whatever, fam.